Hey guys, we're a little under the weather still. I'm recovering from the flu and Zeb has, I don't know what Zeb has.
Just a cold.
Zeb has just a cold.
We'll call it a cold.
We don't really know, but we are here and today we are going to be doing a paint off. Well, not really a paint off, but Zeb's gonna be painting ornaments and I'm gonna be painting smalls. If you guys watch our Saturday Night Lives, you've seen us collect a ton of smalls. And right now it's really cold outside and I don't feel like spraying in the garage because it's a mess. And so I'm gonna be painting as many smalls as I can so they're ready for the shop, and Zeb's gonna be painting ornaments. So I'll let Zeb talk to you. Right now I'm just starting off with my stain. I'm using Real Stain number 2. It's all natural, food safe, and it dries in like 15 minutes, whereas traditional stain dries in 24 hours. We sell this on our website, jamirayvintage.com, and it's a really good, number 2 is a good brownish gray stain mix.
So we talked on our live last Saturday night. We found this for $4 at the thrift store, and I was already going to turn some handmade candlestick type ornaments, probably more along the lines of this, like this size here. And we found this at the thrift store. I'm like, well, shoot, it's already done for me. So that's what I'm going to do and be using that. And we have an overabundance of thrift store finds right now, so we got to get rid of them. So Jamie's going to also be painting those while we go.
Not really get rid of them, we just gotta finish crafting them.
So a lot of these have a hole right there in the top. And this one has one all the way through. So what I did, that's what I'm gonna use to hang them. Where'd my little thing go? Oh, here we are. So I'm using these tiny little eye hooks to hang them on the tree. And Jamie got some fun ornament ribbons from IKEA last week for pretty inexpensive. And so we'll tie them on the tree with these little eye hooks. You can't even see it, it's so small. But I don't want my ornaments to hang all weirdly off center because I don't have anything that I can screw this down into. So what I did was I went and got a dowel down at the hardware store and I just cut it into tiny little pieces. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue these in and then I'm gonna put my little eye hook down in those. So let me see, camera angle's weird today, guys, sorry.
Everything's weird today, but we're here. How many of you guys have watched Zeb's video yesterday? Yesterday I was pretty much dead, so I couldn't be on camera. Nobody wanted to see that. And so he did the stool stamping video with our farms, I don't know, is it farmhouse truck stencil, farm Christmas truck stencil.
You named it something weird.
I named it what the manufacturer named it, so
okay.
Blame them. Anyways, he did, if you've seen that, let us know. We have sold a ton of those stencils, so thank you guys for everybody that's ordered. I think you guys are gonna have a lot of fun with them.
They're awesome. All right, here's some comments for you.
Here's some comments.
So I got my hot glue gun and I'm gonna start just gluing some of these dowels in before I get them painted. I'm probably going to use the gypsy green, which is kind of like a sagey type green. And then the marquee, which is, yesterday when I was painting it, once it dried, it looked kind of pinkish, but when you get this sealed, it really brings the color back and makes like a deep, rich red color.
I think that marquee is like the perfect Christmas red, personally. I don't like a super bright Christmas red, and marquee is good. If you want more bright, then go with Carnival from DIY.
All right,
in case you're just tuning in, I'm just using Real Stain number 2 to stain this, and all these are just raw wood things that I'm staining. And everybody's just saying hi.
Hello.
And people say they loved your stools, and then somebody said they got their IOD, and where was it? Am I feeling better? Yes, I am feeling better. Good morning. Oh, Barbara Hilton says she just got her IOD and she's loving it. There, you know, I will warn you that if you order IOD, there you might have a problem and that you will start stamping everything.
I have that problem.
Zeb is a stampaholic. He's currently in a recovery program. Just kidding. We're trying to help him out.
All right, so my dowel is a little small for this, so I just filled up the outsides with hot glue. It's gonna be plenty sturdy for hanging on the Christmas tree. I'm gonna let that cool off for a minute and then I'm gonna drill one of these little eye hooks down in, but before that, I'm gonna paint it. So this one, I'm kind of already liking the green on this one. What do you think about the green?
No.
That got
1995 copy of their forest green back.
That got the nose turn up.
It's fine. It's just not my shade of green. That's why I like painting stuff.
All right, so I'm gonna glue dowel in here. So if you don't have access to a random thrift store find like we did, where we got all these little wood turn pieces,
up a chair or a crib.
Yeah, chop up. I was already going to cut down a crib, like an old crib, because a lot of those, they're easy to find at like yard sales and stuff, and even down at your thrift store, a lot of times you can find a pretty inexpensive crib.
It's harder to find the cribs because it's not legal to sell them in a complete set. You can sell it. You can sell a crib in the United States past 2011 if it's for crafting. Right. Huh?
I just forgot about the
for
safety.
Crafting, but you have to get rid of all the parts, meaning you can't sell it as a complete set. Not at a yard sale, not at a secondhand store or otherwise. So that's something to keep in mind.
All right, I'm not gonna paint this quite yet, but what do you guys think? You think hanging this way or this way on this one? It kind of looks like a honey dipper. A big one.
I like that one. Hanging which way?
So
with that way.
So this way up. Okay.
The stripes on the bottom.
Well, I don't have to put a dowel in it if I do it this way. There's only a hole in the top.
Well, I like it that way, so it looks like you're gonna have to dowel it.
All right. So I was thinking, you know, your glitter trick that you did with the stamps and the glue, would that be cool to do on any of these?
They're all rounded, so I think that might, I mean, we could, but I think
that's going to be a lot.
I think it's just a lot of effort, and I think we might want to poke our eyes out. That's just my thoughts.
I never want to do that.
I don't have a lot of patience for things. They take too long. I'm all about the quick crafting. If you want long, ornate crafts, you're probably not going to find them on this channel because I can't do it. That's why I tell people I'm not a crafter. Like, I am a crafter technically, but I'm really not a crafter because I do not have patience for things. Like, if it takes a long time and it costs a lot of money, like, I'm just gonna buy it or I'm not gonna do it at all. Okay.
So this one is entirely too small, but it still has a hole. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just filling it with hot glue, and then I'm gonna hold my eye hook in there while it cools down.
Adeline Country Cottage said she got her box from us all the way down in Australia.
Oh, fun.
That was
quick. I thought it would take longer.
Stamp. That's good. We tried a new international shipper, so they must be on top of it. Is it Kirsten? Am I Okay, I'm horrible with names, but I remembered it's Kirsten. You guys, Adeline Country Cottage has a YouTube channel, so if you click on her name, you should be able to find her YouTube channel, and she does beautiful, beautiful paper crafting and books. So definitely check her out. And she's all the way down in Australia, and she has a sweet accent that I love listening to. It's kind of like there's those channels that people listen to like soothe them. I can put on Adeline Country Cottage and like calm down because her accent is so sweet. Which stain am I using? Kay Toddy, I'm using Real Stain number 2. It's all natural, food safe milk stain. Comes in a powder form. We sell it on our website, and a little bit goes a long way. And you can actually you can follow the directions, or sometimes I leave it more concentrated or less concentrated, depending on the color that I want. So if I want it to be lighter, then I add more water to it. So it's kind of fun.
I decided to add these just to put them together. I feel like that's a fun shape.
How long will I let the wood stay on before I wipe it? I don't know. I'm probably not going to wipe it. I'm just going to dry brush over the stain. It's not traditional stain, so it doesn't like set like greasy, oily, kind of like the traditional stain is. Since it's a water-based, it like soaks down into the wood. So I'm probably just going to leave it the way that it is because I'm lazy.
We're super energetic today, can't you guys tell?
And it dries in 15 minutes, so it's not like it takes 24 hours to dry, which is good.
We need Jack and his young exuberance. He's at preschool right now, though.
Nancy Smith says, what do you do with a dresser that's already painted? It's not wood, so I wonder if I paint it a mineral blue, then a cream paint under stress with water. That would be really pretty. If it's already been painted, I usually will sand anywhere where it's dripped, and if it's like super shiny, I'll still like scuff it up, just so it gives the paint something to adhere. And one thing to keep in mind, no matter how good the paint is you put over the top, if you have a non-wood surface with latex paint, you may have peeling that happens just because that latex paint is against the dresser. I do suggest if you're worried about adhesion issues, meaning it's not going to stick, possibly thinking about High Bond primer. We have one made by Fairy Chalk Mother, and I have yet to find much that doesn't cure as far as like sticking. It's a little bit of an added expense, but if you're concerned that your paint's not going to stick, it's worth brushing on one coat of that before you get started. We use it all the time on non-wood dressers, shiny stuff, or if we're just like, holy, we don't know what that's been painted in, just put the primer on, let it dry a day, and then get started.
All right, so this is one that I glued in. That's ready to go. I'm gonna start painting some of these and see what we come up with here.
Who asked about the brush? I'm missing that. Oh, shoot. Oh, Judith. This is the Dusty brush. It's made by Pink Pixie, and I wouldn't use this brush with regular stain because then you would have to use chemicals to get it off, but because the stain is water-based, I can just wash it with soap and water, and then I can use it with paint. So that's exciting.
So I'm going to take this green one here, and I'm going to go on with the marquee, and then I may distress it a little bit.
Harrington Ray, you are at school, so stop commenting.
I may distress it a little bit, and then bring some of that green back through since I've got this fun color. I've also, oop, I'm getting red all over these ones down below.
Christina says she's listening to us while she grocery shops at Walmart, and she doesn't have her headphones. Nice. I hope the people at Walmart are enjoying us today.
It's like a podcast.
Harrington says that means nothing. Harrington, did you get my text about tardies? 11 tardies, and the semester started October something or other. They're contemplating how many tardies that you can acquire before you have Saturday school. So you might want to get to class on time. Just throwing that out there. In case you guys are wondering, Harrington's my son. What colors can I mix to get a cowgirl color as I can't get DIY paint? Cowgirl coral is like a pink and an orange, so those colors would probably mix well together to get a coral type paint. Tina says she ordered paint brushes from us and she got it the other day and she can't wait to start using it. We have had so much fun shipping. It has been awesome. We've been shipping like crazy. We had some delays on milk paint, and I'm hoping we have the rest of our milk paint sale orders by Friday so we can get those out. It was just a few colors. I wound up split shipping a lot of orders and sending out what we had, and then Friday we're going to be shipping out everything that was missed. So that's fun. Do I have the new essential stencils in yet for Christmas? No, there was a delay. I got an email from them on Monday saying that we should have them here pretty soon, but I'm anxiously awaiting. But if you're anxious for a new Christmas stencil, definitely try out the Christmas truck that we have on our website. You know, the cool thing about that Christmas truck stencil is like you can use portions of it. Like there's a portion that says Merry Christmas. So you could make a sign literally that just says Merry Christmas. And then on the stool, we used the Farm Fresh, the truck, and then the names of the trees on the bottom. Is that a whole tree or is it like cut off a little bit because it's on the truck?
It's not a whole tree. It's like in the bed of the truck.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say maybe you could like move it, but I haven't looked at it. Okay, let's see.
All right, I'm gonna do some green ones now. I think I might combine a few more of these. I like the ones that are combined.
What are our best sample colors available now? White Swan and Apothecary are really popular. Snowflake, any of the milk paint ones are really popular. People like the samples when they're doing like little chippy things. In fact, if Zeb was feeling spry, he could mix up some milk paint, but I don't know if he's gonna do that. Can I show us the truck stencils? Zeb, can you go grab that?
Yep, let me go grab it.
All right, he's gonna go grab that.
I'm just looking for a new brush so I don't mix my green with my red.
Okay, Zeb's gonna go grab that. I'm gonna be painting some other stuff. Sorry, guys. Gwen DeWitt, thank you for my latest addiction. I'm painting everything. I see things differently now, knowing I can just paint it. You know what I want to tell a lot of people is it's just paint, because we get a lot of messages from people telling us that they're worried about messing up their project. If you haven't painted a lot, sorry guys, I'm washing a brush in case you're wondering. I'll wash it like this. I have a sink full of soapy water. If you haven't painted a lot, I would suggest getting something free or cheap to practice on before you get started. But realizing that it's just paint, it's not the end of the world, and you can paint over it and sand it and just really let yourself play, because I think sometimes people get held up a lot with the small details when a lot of the stuff and the things that you learn comes from just painting. Oh look, Zeb's back.
So I got the stencil here. It's probably going to be backwards for you, sorry, because the camera's inverted.
No, you have it backwards because it's forwards.
Maybe it's right.
It's right because you have it backwards to us, so it's forwards.
So it says Farm Fresh, then you got the truck.
Oh no, it's backwards. Flip the other way.
Then you got Merry Christmas, and then...
Flip it the other way. No, it's still backwards. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it doesn't, it's not a mirror. And then you got like the, I don't know if you can see it, the pine, spruce, and fir for your sign down there. It's a fun little stencil.
DJ Fitzsimmons says, can we order the stencils from SA? I don't know where SA is. We ship worldwide, so you should be able to get it anywhere you're at. If you ever are internationally having to ship something and the shipping seems crazy, because that happens sometimes just with the exchange rates and stuff, you can always email customer care at jamirayvintage.com. Let them know your address and what you're ordering, and we can reconfigure shipping amounts and let you know if that might be off a little bit. We're trying to figure out how to get our international shipping correct, and sometimes it just doesn't work the way we want it to. Oh, South Africa. Yeah, I believe so. So if you go to jamiray.vintage.com, you should be able to order it. If, like I said, if you have a problem, because that is kind of a small item, if you have a problem getting a correct shipping amount, email customer care at jamiray.vintage.com. Caitlin will take care of you.
Yeah, if that's all you're ordering, it ships in a manila envelope, so.
Yeah, so it should be less expensive. So we could, because we have like a cushion in there for large orders, and sometimes when you order a small one, it doesn't calculate it right, but we can figure it out for you. Someday, when we ship enough, I mean, we probably only ship 5 or 6 international orders a week, and then we ship like 150 domestic orders. So we haven't quite got that down, but the shipping is happening pretty fast, which makes me happy.
So someone asked in a video a couple days ago, because we've been talking about doing our handcrafted Christmas and things like that.
Oh, can I have that brush?
And they were asking like, well, why do you go to all this trouble? It doesn't really seem like you're saving any money or saving any time or anything like that. What I love about it is that you come into our home and it just feels, it's different than everybody else's decorations. It's just fun. I don't know what it is about it.
I don't think it's more expensive if you have the products on hand.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I'm going out specifically and buying paint brushes or buying stencils or stamps. I'm using these products for my business anyways, and so then I'm just reusing them for my own home base. So if you're going to be doing like handmade stuff for yourself, think of ways you could use them outside of Christmas, maybe either for your business or to create gifts for your family and friends. And really it takes very little paint to like paint an ornament. A sample is gonna paint, a sample jar like this.
Oh, I could probably paint 100 ornaments with that.
You can paint so many small items with that. So it does cost more. And if you go to a boutique to get one-of-a-kind Christmas stuff, you're gonna pay pretty good for it. I mean, yes, in comparison to maybe Walmart, it might be not as cheap, but we're creating things that don't look like Walmart items, kind of like our centerpiece. Like nobody in my neighborhood is gonna have a centerpiece like that. And really, what did we figure it cost us? Because the stamp we used for work, like 20 bucks.
Yeah, all in on the centerpiece video that we did, we were about $20 in supplies. So with
and we already had like the pine cones and the berries and stuff. So really, we were about 20 bucks. I feel like that's, if you went to a boutique, that's gonna be anywhere from $150 on up for a centerpiece that large. So I feel like it does save money, and like you said, it makes it one of a kind, and it fits my decor. I'm not really into when people decorate. Well, I mean, they could do it, but for me personally, when you walk in and it looks like they picked everything up from aisle 5 at Walmart, like that's great, but it doesn't match my style, so I like to do things myself. I also feel like it shows my kids, like you can do stuff. You don't have to buy everything mass produced.
Well, and there's a lot, I mean, some of these things we're going to be doing with the kids, and it's just a lot of fun to just create something and do it.
Well, and when we were first married, we didn't have a lot of money, and I used to decorate all the time, and I figured out ways to paint stuff and create stuff without spending tons of money. I remember one particular Christmas that we didn't have, I mean, we might have had 200 bucks to spend. And so we bought things at the thrift store that were like $10 and $15 for our kids and painted them so it looked big. And then we filled in the rest with dollar store items, and I think the kids had a really good Christmas. That was the year that we did that doll bed for Odelia.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We had this big doll bed I found for like 10 bucks at the thrift store, and I used a pillow for the mattress, and then I used leftover fabric, and I sewed up basically like a sheet for it to go over the pillow, and then I cut out that doggy, and I zigzag stitched it. I mean, I really had to sew a lot. And then Harrington got his Lego center, and they had a good Christmas. All right, so I'm just dry brushing this in case you guys are wondering. I'm on my white paint, so everything that needs to be painted white. This basket was just a little boring, so I'm coming through and dry brushing it. And you know what? You would think that baskets would not sell, but I'm actually kind of low on baskets at the shop. They sell pretty well.
All right, I'm gonna wait and see what people say, but what do you think about combining these two? So I've got the holes in them on the bottom. What about just like hot gluing them together? Do you think that looks funky? I feel like it gives it like a kind of like a nut kind of.
A nut?
Well, now that seems bad, but
like a,
like a tree nut.
No, I meant, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Christmas tree nut. Remember that big...
Okay, now I can't do it.
Remember
Sorry.
that big walnut?
Keep it PG. We got to keep it PG.
Baskets are so versatile. Oh, snowman body, Zeb.
Oh, I wonder if I have a smaller one.
That's
oh, look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, that was from Kirsten said that, and Elizabeth.
But the head's a little big.
Oh, Black Friday paint sale soon. We just had our milk paint sale. DIY never goes on sale. We may do a Fairy Chalk Mother Black Friday sale. Haven't decided on that yet, but definitely no milk paint, no DIY will be on Black Friday because we just did milk paint and we can't do DIY. So I guess you guys will have to wait and see.
It's a surprise.
It's a surprise.
We will have a sale, but we don't know what we're doing
If you
yet.
want to know what we're going to be doing on Black Friday, make sure that you guys sign up for our newsletter because our newsletter subscribers will know first.
You can do that on the website.
Yeah.
JamiRayVintage.com.
And I usually do not announce my Black Friday sales until Thanksgiving. You get an email, and then I start advertising it. Last year, my quarterly milk paint sale just happened to land close to Black Friday.
Not quite a snowman, but I'm liking this tier here.
So dry brush, if you guys don't know, I know a lot of you guys are like skilled painters, where you're just literally, your brush is almost dry and you're just barely kissing the surface with it. It's easy to do on baskets because they have like a, I don't know, bumpy surface. Does that make sense? And it gives it the illusion of the white paint without having to be like perfect. If I wanted a perfect paint job on a basket, I would definitely spray it in my spray gun, because trying to get a solid coverage on a basket would be...
Yeah, it's hard to get in all those little cracks.
It's hard to do that with a brush. I'm using just light swung. Can you guys see that? So it's just kind of a chippy age look. Let's see if we have any more comments. Where do we get all the wooden goodies? Cable Gold Bar just tuned in. So they are from our thrift store called DI. We found a whole bag of them for $4.
It really was just random luck. Oh, you know what? I can show you though, kind of give you a little idea here. Let me show you.
Last year we did ornaments with like leftover stuff. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good one.
So this, we use this in like centerpieces and things. This is an old crib rung. It's just been on the side of our house forever. You could easily just like chop this down, paint it, combine it, however, and make a bunch of ornaments out of that. And honestly, I don't even know if we need to paint that. It's a good chippy right there.
Well, I wouldn't paint that. Like if you can find a chippy crib, what you need to do is buy a crib, paint it white, set it outside the middle of summer. By the time, without sealing it, and by the time Christmas rolls around, you'll be ready for chippy. It'll already done. I'm stealing your red.
You gotta sit.
Oh, sorry guys. I told you my brain isn't functioning super well. I was talking with Mara yesterday from Vintage Retail Therapy. She's in Fallbrook, California. We sell our paint at her shop there. And I was like, sorry, my brain's not functioning when I'm not feeling well. I haven't been able to eat enough. And so I'm not running on all the 8s, but I'm getting there. Yesterday I ate a whole sandwich and 2 cookies. So I feel like I'm winning, and a bunch of saltine crackers.
So if you're doing this at home, if you have access to a drill, a pilot hole would be pretty handy to put these eye hooks in, because they don't want to start real well because they're so small. They're hard to get in straight. So if you can drill a pilot hole, that'll help you get them nice and straight. Okay.
painting the handle of this rolling pin. This is the big fat one we found. And red is a really common color in vintage rolling pins. Plus, it'll look cute in my Christmas display. I needed that open.
Oh, sorry. So what other colors should I mix in? I'm gonna do some white. I'm gonna do some white swan. Should we do any blues?
Yeah, I think you could totally mix in a Farm Fresh. It's a green.
So this is the gypsy green dry. If we wax it, it'll go more this color because it'll give it the look of like
white
wet.
Wax all of this stuff because I like a white hue to everything.
Yeah, we could.
You know me, I like white. I decorate a lot with it. But my house is like not solid white. I have different colors in it.
We got a lot of minty colors and
greens.
And
now we're gonna have red and greens. Does the newsletter go to our email? I signed up for a while back, but I have never seen anything. Yes, Annette Thrall, it should come to your email. If you're not getting, email customercare@jamirayvintage.com. Let her know. Oops, I'm getting it. Now it's in my lip. Good thing it's all natural. Email customercare@jamirayvintage.com and make sure you're spelling Jami right, which is Jami. Don't add an E on there. So JAMIRAY vintage.com. And let her know that you're not getting the email. She can check our list, make sure you're on there. And if you are on there and you're not getting them, then maybe it's going to your junk folder and she can maybe assist you on figuring that out because I want to make sure you're getting those emails. We send out usually 1 a week, but if there's something going on, you might get 2 or 3, but mostly just 1 a week. We try not to spam you. We let you know about what we've got going on, new products, back-ordered items. It's kind of like a little insider email. Caitlin does a good job of putting the email together. Green, Zeb. Somebody says green, Zeb. Debbie needs to make an emerald green. I actually happen to know that that is on the docket. She tries not to make too many colors because you can mix a lot of paints, but I believe emerald green is on the docket. We do have a good emerald green made by Fairy Chalk Mother called Merm Emerald. It's really popular, so if you need one and you can't wait for Debbie's to get in, you might want to order that one. It's a good one. I actually sell a lot of it. Sorry, I'm being very meticulous. I could tape this off, which might make it easier, but I'm just painting.
I'm just trying to combine shapes here if you guys are watching me on camera. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with these and see what's going to work best and be the most fun. I think we'll go with that there.
When I'm doing a lot of painting, a tip and trick that I have is like right back here, I have a sink full of soapy warm water. So I can throw like stencils in there or stamps or paintbrushes or whatever. And it's all water-based, so it comes out of my sink, and it just keeps things quicker for me. This needs a second coat.
Oh, I'm gonna need that white brush in a minute. I think
okay.
I think I'm gonna do this one in white. I think that'll be fun.
Oh, Kara's Color Me Vintage. So Annette Thrall said she saw somebody mix 2 colors and get a good emerald green, and that she said it was Kara. So if it's the Kara I'm thinking of, it would be Color Me Vintage on Facebook. So look her up. She's a darling. She does lots of really fun, bright, mixed items and colors. I met her at boot camp and she's a sweetheart. So if you go to her page, tell her Jami Ray sent you. All right, now there we go. So the thing I love about White Swan, especially like in this case where this is raw wood that I was painting, I'm doing 2 coats and it's got full coverage. Something to keep in mind, okay? Because we get a lot of people, they're like, I'm frustrated, it's not working out right. If you're painting something that's dry or raw wood, you're not gonna need as many coats for coverage because the item itself sucks up the paint. But if it's got a little bit of a sheen to it, then sometimes you have to do like a really thin tack coat, let it dry, and then come back and do multiple coats. And when you do your second coats, don't push hard because it will reactivate that paint and you don't wanna pull it off. So just a FYI, I think this one's good.
So I think what I'm gonna do here, that one's got a chip in it. This is kind of fun.
The reason why we're doing this is to A, get all these ornaments painted, but B, because we want you to see in real time how fast you really can finish projects. This is already painted white, but somebody fixed this clock with glue and then didn't bother to paint over the glue, so it's kind of yucky yellow orange glue color.
Oh, I didn't even see this. Look at that.
It's so cute. Looks like a little spool.
Yep, it's a little thread spool.
So I'm just giving this a fresh coat of white. So 1 coat will do this. This is a cute little clock. It was 75 cents at the thrift store. I think this will sell fast.
So we had a project yesterday, 2 days ago. Monday the shop is closed, so we started on the new paint display so that we can also fit IOD stuff in the shop. And about halfway through the afternoon, Jamie got real sick, and so I had to stop working. That was gonna be Tuesday's video. So I had to stop doing what I was doing and come take care of like Jack and the kids and run them all over for the afternoon. So that didn't get done. So I'm thinking tomorrow we might finish that, hopefully, so that we can get that in the shop because we need to get that going. But that's why the stool video happened yesterday.
The stool video happened because, you know.
Here, let me borrow some of that white there.
Okay, you can borrow the white, and I'm going to... All right,
I'm gonna do this snowman shaped one white.
All right, I'm gonna paint some other things white that I'm gonna stamp. So we'll see if I have time to get those.
It's that video is more of a build video. So I'm gonna try to...
The video for the shop?
Yeah, for the shop. I'm gonna try to pare it down a little bit just because it's pretty custom sized and shaped for our shop space, and I don't know that anyone's ever going to try to build that again, so I'll just kind of show a couple techniques and things, and then we'll race through it.
Really good ideas for built-ins for bookshelves at your house, or if you have a retail space that needs, so I feel like it's kind of a universal, just some good ideas for how to like build in and fit stuff in. And then also if they have shops, so I should probably paint the edges of this first. I know better. I always like to paint the edges and then the top. Everybody said they love this stool. For wood pieces, you can also use wooden alphabet blocks.
Oh yeah.
That would be cute if you found a bag of blocks and then.
Oh, now I'm gonna have to go look.
Those would be. That would be so cute. We'll have to look. We never look really in the toy section.
You could get them to spell like joy or something and hang them.
Yeah, you can mount them on a board. Getting in this piggy's tail is proving difficult. Sorry guys, I'm getting in there.
All right.
I like, you know, if you guys have a bunch of decorating or Christmas decor to do, one thing that I like to do is put something good on TV, like a movie that I would feel guilty about just watching, and then just do my work while I'm watching something. I get a lot done that way. It makes me motivated to complete my projects. We also have been listening to a ton of Christmas music, much to our oldest son's dismay. Because we have a Google Mini and we can play Christmas music in the kitchen, and so we do that a lot. I normally do not do Christmas music before December, but since we're decorating early this year, it helps put me in the Christmas spirit.
Here's the thing. I could probably listen to Christmas music all year long, and everyone else in my family kind of boycotts that a little. So if you're watching this on the replay or even right now, are you a all year round Christmas music kind of person, or you just want to listen to it like in December and then be done?
Well, I've heard a lot about Hallmark Christmas movies. I've never really watched them much, but somebody just commented Hallmark Christmas movies. So maybe if you watch some Hallmark Christmas movies with me, then I can listen to more Christmas music with you.
I see. I see.
I used to watch them when I was a kid with my mom because she was really into that. I didn't like that they were always super predictable, but you know. Maybe they've jazzed it up. So if you watch Hallmark Christmas movies, are they still super predictable or have they changed up their game? I mean, I don't think I've watched a single Hallmark Christmas movie in probably 5 years. Maybe 10. I don't know. It's been a while. Just painting, in case you guys are wondering, I'm just painting a pig. Painting a pig here. I don't know what I'm going to stencil on this, but. I'm running out of room.
You painted too many things?
I painted too many things.
Well, the garage right now is blown up, sawdust everywhere because of the shelf build, so we can't paint all the smalls we got. We really didn't plan that out well.
Well, you know, the thing is, a lot of people will say they don't have space to do things, but we just do things all around.
You know, I actually prefer doing like craft projects and kind of little projects like this in the house.
It is kind of nice when you can spray it, though.
Yeah.
Gives you a quicker, I don't know, I can't even talk.
All right, so let me show you the contrast difference. This one is almost dry. This is the marquee red. And then this one here, I just barely painted. You can see the difference in color. If you wax or seal this, it'll bring it back bright like this. And the tones will even out too once you get it dry.
And if you haven't used clay paint, traditional paint is gonna dry darker usually, but the clay paint, because it actually has clay in it, dries lighter, much like clay does, so.
Jacob Vester says Hallmark videos are still predictable.
All right.
But great for doing stuff.
But great for getting projects done because you don't have to really watch the whole thing because you know what's going to happen.
Oh. Adeline Country Cottage says, what if I paint some of these white and then do like the charcoal crackle stamp on them?
Ooh, somebody likes their crackle stamp.
Like do the crackle stamp with like a charcoal color. I might have to break that out here in just a minute. I'm gonna paint a couple more of these.
Or you could paint them dark, then paint them white, then use the crackle over the top like the crackle's coming through. Or use the chippy stamp.
I'm getting some Team Zebs. People want the Christmas music year round.
All right, all right. So I want to show you guys. Can you guys see that there's part that's covered and part that's not? Sometimes people say that they see me paint and they think I get 100% in the first coat. This already had some shine to it. So this is going to take a couple coats to get full coverage.
What about some old 57 or some Queen Bee, Jamie?
On my tree, no.
On your tree, no? Okay.
It's great for other people's tree, but I am not a bright color person. Queen Bee would be okay.
I got some Hey Sailor.
What? Did you already paint Queen Bee? What color is this?
No, that's the color it was. Maybe I'll hit it with some Queen Bee.
Queen Bee is okay because if you white wax it, it'll mute it down. But old 57 is too bright for my tree.
What about some Hey Sailor?
Nope.
Too bright. All right.
Dark.
Too dark. It'll
I don't
get
know,
lost.
I guess it might be okay.
I'm gonna paint one and we'll see. So I got some other colors out. This is DIY and Queen Bee. Oh no, I'm gonna need another brush.
That's okay. I'm over in the craft closet.
Grab me a brush.
Okay.
I'll put the dowel in it while I'm waiting for the brush.
Here, will this work?
Yeah, just a small little brush is great.
So Zeb used the buffer yesterday for the first time from Paint Pixie. We've had them in stock for a while. What is your thoughts on that? Like, what's your review? Because people have been asking us about them because they're a little bit more expensive because there's more bristles involved.
The Buffy brush was amazing for buffing wax. I was kind of skeptical. I'm like, oh, I don't know how shiny this will get or how much wax it'll actually take off because I'm used to using a rag, you know, I was stuck in my ways. And it was so fast and so easy and got the piece shining so quickly. Like I'd never shined up a piece using wax like that. And it was just one coat of wax. If I put another coat of wax on, let that sit and buff it, it's going to be, it's going to be even shinier. I probably should show you the brush I'm talking about.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen the video. Now the thing is like people say, well, if you want it shiny, why don't you use poly? It's like a soft shiny. So it's not like an in-your-face shiny, like a liquid top coat would be. But it does get a little bit of sheen to it and creates it not so matte. We haven't washed it yet all the way. It's got a little bit of red on it, so we've got to wash that in soap and water.
But that's the brush we're talking about. And it made buffing all of those spindles on that stool, it was so easy and quick, and it got down in all the cracks and it was all rubbed in real well. So I love it. It's my go-to for buffing now.
I think for people, especially like me, like I have arthritis, so I usually will sometimes stay away from too much buffing because it hurts, and I think that could be a handy tool to have, especially if you're doing lots of furniture and you're using lots of waxes.
So if you want to see it in action, I used it in yesterday's video, the bar stool video.
And it got down into the cracks, which can sometimes be problematic when you're buffing. So it was.
All right. So this is Queen Bee with.
Oh, I like Queen Bee. That works for me.
Yep. This is Queen Bee, and then we've got the Marquee and the Gypsy Green. What do you think of that color combo there? That's gonna end up looking more goldish, I think, and we may white wax some of these too.
Yeah. They'll probably all get white wax, let's be honest.
So they're all gonna get white wax.
Because it's going on my tree and that's what I like.
But you need like some variation, I think. Like just red and green, I don't know. I don't like it.
I'm usually pretty traditional with my colors.
Some gold, some silver mixed in.
Well, I'm sure there'll be some metallics, you know me. I like glitter at Christmas time. I'm not a fan of glitter like the rest of the time necessarily. All right, so I'm painting this pot. This was a topiary that I bought for $2 at the
They can't see
thrift
it.
store, guys. At the thrift store, but I didn't really like the pot, so I'm just coming back through.
You gotta sit down.
Okay, they gotta see my face.
Well,
Is
you
there
may as
paint
well.
on my face?
No.
Maybe too much blush. I wasn't feeling good, and Zeb was like in the shower, take the kids to school. So I had to take the kids to school.
All right, so I've got this spool. Leave it as is, or put this little bit of wood on there. I'll wait for a minute for people to comment.
I guess I didn't finish my sentence. That's why my makeup might not be perfect, because I wasn't feeling good when I put it on. I was not running on all V8s this morning. I was just trying to help my face. I thought about going live on Facebook in the shop, but then my battery didn't have enough charge, so maybe I'll go later. If you're local to Utah, we have 25% off all the glassware and all the tarnished silver in the shop until Thanksgiving to help people get ready with their serving ware for the holidays. So just throwing that out there. And I also marked down a bunch of furniture today in the shop.
Random shop plug.
Random shop plug, go to Molly's Forget Me Not. I marked down a bunch of furniture and we've got glassware and tarnished silver on sale. So I'll be live Facebook maybe later today or tomorrow. I'm gonna try today, we'll see. I maybe have to lay down after this.
Hey, where are the ribbons that you got from IKEA? I want to put a couple on here.
They're in the IKEA bag that's over there by the chair.
Okay. Didn't make it to getting put up.
Where would I put it up at? We don't have anywhere to put it. Truth told, we don't have a lot of storage space in this house, so all that IKEA stuff is sitting in a bag in our living room over there from our IKEA haul. So I'm very motivated in the next week to get all those projects done because I have nowhere to put the bag.
You could always stuff it in the hall closet.
No, the hall closet is full of boxes for shipping.
It's been reassigned.
Yeah, the space upstairs has all been commandeered for shipping and products. Look, and because this was really porous, like I got really good coverage from one coat of DIY White Swan. I've got a little bit peeking through, but I actually like it because it gives it some texture and variation. So that's done. Look how cute that is now. Much better.
All right, so I need to paint one. I need to paint one white. So let me borrow your white. That way it can be. I'm gonna try the crack lure stamp on this one.
All right,
but I wanted to paint the other one white.
I'm gonna use a stamp, so I gotta go get a stamp.
Because I only have one white ornament so far.
We need more white for sure. In fact,
can you? The stamps are right there.
The
stamps are right there. Can you grab me one?
What do you want? The crack lure?
Yep, the crack lure stamp.
Oh, you know what? You could maybe use the knob topper stamps too on them.
Oh.
You can't. You don't
knob topper stamp.
You don't need to use a flexi stamper, but I think you could use those by hand.
Yeah.
So there's that. Do you want the flexi stamper? Do you think you could fit it in there?
No, I don't think I need it. I'll just put it on the side. Okay, let that one dry. Oh, now we're getting mixed up on the paint colors.
All right, here's the crack lure. We haven't used it in a while. It's in the bottom.
All right.
You can tell that we never take it off the mat because.
Yeah. So the crack lure stamp, this gives you like a chippy crackle effect, and you don't. We leave it on the flexible mount that it comes on, because you use it as a whole square typically. All right, I need a brayer as well, sweetie.
Isn't there a brayer out already?
Oh, the brayer's out. Okay.
But I was going to use it, so I guess I'm going to have to take one out of stock.
Do we have any gray paints that it will be like a charcoaly kind of color?
Yeah. Hold on. I live to serve.
Well, you were up, you know.
I know. There's this.
I'm gonna look at comments real quick.
There's this one, but it's not super thick. It
just paint the spool. Is that what we're getting on that? Leave the spool as is. Wrap something around the spool. We could tie like some hemp cord around it or something.
Oh, that would be cute. See?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna grab another.
Everybody says leave it as is. I am gonna paint it though. It's gonna get painted white. We'll do it white. Now I lost it. I don't even see it up here. Oh, it's combined right there. Whoa.
I hope people don't mind that we're just like...
We're randomly in and out today.
We're randomly crafting. This is what it's like.
This is what the day looks like when we're not filming. So you guys are getting the behind the scenes, like, oh, I need this, oh, I need that. And by the time we're done in the afternoon, we've got a huge mess of all the stuff we've gotten out to do our project.
I think I'm gonna do a cow still. Yeah, this one's getting a cow on it. I love to do these little cutting boards. I love to use the farm animal stamps because they're like the right size and they're kind of like, you know, oh, I didn't finish this one side. Hold on. I guess I can do it later. Look, I missed a whole spot.
Oh, we have two white ones.
With real stain number 2, I'm gonna go back stamping in a second, but real stain number 2, if you're using it on a bunch of stuff, you need to shake it intermittently because the pigments will settle to the bottom. So just a little nugget of information there in the real stain. All right, luckily I'm not stamping that side.
Okay, and did you bring me a gray?
Yeah, I did, it's right there.
Oh, right in front of me.
I talked about that it's kind of thin, which might make it easier for, I think it was watered down to spray before it got put in there. All right, let me move all this so they can see what I'm doing here too. Do you need white right away?
Okay, can you guys, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing over here. It's kind of off camera.
No, they can see you.
All right. Gonna move some of this stuff out of the way.
I was just clearing a space and now you're...
Oh, I cleared my space into your space?
Yeah, keep your space out of my space, yo. So you want to do like dual brayers? I'm gonna be braying too.
You're gonna be braying as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna be braying the white paint. So these mats are from IKEA. They're 2 for $1.99 and we love them for braying. We were using paper plates, but these are a little more eco-friendly. So when I'm pulling paint out to bray, sometimes I just use my brush and that helps control it so I don't get too much on there.
Okay, so I just need an area. I don't even need the whole thing. So I've got I used the brayer. I got a little bit of red from my fingers on this. Oh well, it'll be okay. I'm just gonna randomly roll.
He's using the Fairy Chalk Mother in gunmetal, which has a little bit more open drying time than DIY. The DIY paint is what I'm using. And
I smeared it. Messed that up.
I'm using it on this stamp, and you have to work fairly quickly with the DIY because it doesn't have as much of an open drying.
You know, the flexi stamper would have been great for this. I need like a flexi stamper this size.
Yeah, tell
Sally
the
and
IOD
Josie.
we need a large flexi.
So I'm gonna have to distress this some to make it look okay because it didn't do the random like I was hoping. But I think with a little bit of distress, it'll look pretty cool. So we'll distress that up and make it look more natural, kind of like it's on purpose, because it only caught the high part on these little round bulbs here. So
look at my cow.
I'm gonna try it again on this one once it's dry. I'll try it on this one that's a little more.
I missed part of the tail, so I'm gonna have to try to touch that up. It's all right. You can go on top of a stamp with another stamp.
Sorry, we're doing too many things at once. Jamie's stamping a cow.
I fixed the tail. So once this is dry, I will lightly sand it. And I love doing this with the DIY paint because it powders a little bit and it gives kind of a barnwood effect to the stain underneath.
You know what else might be fun? Crackling this in like a red color on here. Now I gotta paint something real quick. I gotta paint it white and get it dry so that I can try that out.
This has the real stain number 2 on it, and I'm just gonna kind of go over this and dry brush it. And then take a damp rag to like mix it in with the stain. The nice thing is the stain's water-based, the paint's water-based. So it's easy cleanup, but also you can kind of mix the stain with the paint because it's water-based. So I'm just dry brushing that on there. Let me get a rag.
Use the doorknob stamp. You got that out?
The knob topper? Yep,
Yeah.
I got those out for you. I think you really could use them. Now the knob topper, if you're using it with knobs, you want to use the flexi stamper, but you can use it without the flexi stamper in a bunch of different applications.
Yeah, you just make them look like decals.
So I'm just taking off some of the white and kind of blurring the lines a little bit with the stamp rag here and making it look less streaky and more aged. And that's one of the things I love about using the real stain with like a water-based paint like DIY White Swan or Fairy Chalk Mother, is you really can blend the stain with the paint. So you're still getting some of the wood grain, but then you're getting kind of an aged look. I'll show this up close here in a second. Similar to kind of like a white wax, but sometimes you don't want to use wax. You want to seal with like a liquid top coat. So this is a good option for a white wax look with paint, because you can't use a liquid top coat over wax. It's a no-no. Although I've done it, I don't suggest it. Okay. Do you guys see how that just gave it an aged effect as opposed to like a really stark look? So this bowl's done. And this was a hand-turned bowl we picked up at the thrift store for like $1, and it'll sell for $9.95 in the shop. And these sell quick. They're very popular.
So it's hard to pick which one I want to use. There's so many here. Look at all of those. I think I'm gonna go, this one's got like a little cup of tea or something down here. That might be fun. The house one we did the other day. This little house one here.
I think this is gonna have to go in the dishwasher.
I'm just looking over them here, seeing which one's the most Christmassy. Ooh, I'm going with this one here. That feels Christmassy. And I already seasoned these the other night. I seasoned the whole pad when we got it out.
What does seasoning mean, Zeb?
Seasoning is when you take like some real fine sandpaper. I wouldn't go any more than 220, so 220 or above. And you just kind of go over with your sandpaper real lightly over the top of the stamp when you first open it up. And that gives it just a little bit of tooth so it's not rubbery, so it'll hold your paints and inks real well.
If you do it without it, it's not the end of the world. You're just not gonna get as good of an image.
I'm going freestyle on this, so we'll see how well it goes. I'm just gonna hold the stamp and do it. So I'm just using my brush to get a little paint down on here. I don't even have a mount.
I wonder what, so here's this distressed stamp, and I'm going to use the distressed stamp over this white to make this look kind of distressed. It's called All Over Distress. It's kind of a fun stamp. I haven't used it much. Can I use?
Mm-hmm. You can use some of my gray.
Your gray, sorry, I'm getting in Zeb's situation. And you don't want to get it like completely all over, just randomness. All right, we're gonna see what happens. All Over Distress stamp, Fairy Chalk Mother Gray, or Gunmetal. And you're just gonna tickle the stamp so it doesn't get everywhere.
Do you think the red would look bad on this if I do it on this one?
I don't know. Ta-da! And now it looks kind of chippy.
All right.
I like that. All right, now what did you want to know?
Red on that?
Yeah, I wouldn't use that.
Okay. What about the red?
I wouldn't have used red at all. I would have used gray.
I'll wash it off.
That's like my design preference. There.
I'll just give it a quick wash.
Sink full of soapy water.
Just watch the stuff on the counter for a minute, guys.
All right. And you got water on my cow.
Kim Hatton, no red on yellow. All right, I won't do it.
Yay. Somebody agrees with me. What do we want to stamp on this? Oh no. What should I stamp on that, Zed? You think some rose toile?
Yes, so when you're seasoning them, you only have to do it the one time, the first time. Thank you, Kim, for clearing that up. Just the once. You don't want to keep distressing them and taking that detail away. You just real lightly just go over them.
So this is a cork board that somebody can do messages on, but we think they're really cute stamped. Okay. She says I don't know which equals no. LOL. What did I ask?
Oh, there, that was when we were talking about the yellow on the red.
Yeah. That you do. You guys know me really well.
Okay, I'm going gray on the yellow.
Yeah, gray and yellow. Good combination. I would have done the house. What's that?
I can paint over it if you don't like it.
Okay.
I'm just showing the stamp.
Okay. The house one's my favorite. And there's a wreath one that would be really cute.
Let me tell you, round surfaces are not the easiest thing to stamp on without smudging your design.
That's why IOD made the flexi stamper for the knobs, because that would have been frustrating.
For, oh, whoops, I totally missed a section up here. Let's see if I can get it back on.
Just stamp over it. That will cooperate.
All right, well, so that's kind of fun. You could switch up your colors, do all kinds of fun colors there.
Oh yeah, I like that. If you lightly distress it, you don't need to fix it. It'll be fine. Little distress solves a myriad of painting mistakes.
All right, now I'm gonna go with, where'd you go with my little house one?
I didn't take any.
Oh, I've got them under here. I'm hiding them. I'm hiding them from myself.
All right, Rose 12 stamp. I'm gonna go with the gray, since we got it out here. The gunmetal is this like really dark gray color. It's what my front door is painted in. And I like it because black and white can be kind of harsh, and the gunmetal is like soft. Sorry, am I up in your business?
I'm just looking at comments.
Oh, okay. All right, you can have your brayer back.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm just putting some even pressure on here. I have a white corkboard, and now the Rose 12. I had a hard time getting mine off the plastic too. You know what? I haven't had a hard time with that big one, and I think it might just be because I'm not super strong today, because I'm a little weak from being sick. The other ones were fine. But when you do have a hard time, sometimes if you take a blow dryer, I've heard, go on the opposite side with a blow dryer, heat it up a little bit, and you can get it off. These stamps are much easier to get off the backing than the old stamps that they made, because they switched manufacturers. Ta-da! Rose 12. I'm going to do some more. I think that's really pretty.
All right, I now have a little house, slightly crooked, but it's on here. Slightly
crooked. It depends. Hey, the ornament's not going to hang perfect on the tree either. Do you want to show them what it looks like with the red ribbon?
Yeah,
let
me go find the ribbon.
We might should have thought about the color of the ribbon before we started painting these.
That's all right. The red ribbon will go with all of them.
Maybe. Well, IKEA makes a white ribbon, but they were just out of it, so maybe they'll get that back in stock. I just don't know that I'm going to need any more ribbon, because, sweetie, the IKEA bag over there by that chair.
I saw it. You're hiding it behind the chair.
Sorry. I got IKEA bags all over the place. What you can't see is right over there is all my IKEA bags with my smalls in them that we showed you on Saturday night. And they've been bothering me just sitting there. In fact, the cleaning ladies had to clean around my thrift store haul. That's why I got to get these projects done.
You got to sit down.
I'm going to sit down in a second. I'm not tall like you. I can't sit down and stamp. Sorry, guys. Here's my face. Now they can remember what I look like. The thing about stamping with this Rose 12 is you want to have them pretty well together. And I'm going over the edge here a little bit. Sorry, is my stamp in the way of comments?
No. We're just having to police the comments a little. It's okay. Keep stamping.
Okay. I'm a stamping queen. Ta-da! Almost done. I've got to get something in this spot right here.
Oh, so real quick, off topic, Gwen DeWitt asked if we could suggest a paint sprayer. Are you looking for an air compressed one, or like a pneumatic sprayer, or like just a handheld electric airless sprayer? Because I use the Harbor Freight one. It's got the 20-ounce hopper, and I believe it's a 1.5 millimeter nozzle that's on there. And that works really well with all the paints and the sealers that we use, like the Fairy Chalk Mother and the DIY paint.
Except for milk paint, then we use the Critter.
Yep, don't spray the milk paint out of there, because you can do it, it'll spray it, but it gums up all of the insides real bad, and you'll spend 3 hours cleaning it.
Sorry guys, I'm not trying to get all up in Zeb's business. But it happens when we're crafting.
It does. All right. right, I need to get a hook on this one. Where'd my hooks go?
So look how cute that is. So I'm gonna go ahead and let that dry real quick, and then I will wet distress it. The fairy chalk mother does not come off as easily if you let it sit as a DIY, because it does have some acrylic base to it with the mineral paints. So be sure to get those stamps in the water pretty quickly if you're using fairy chalk mother. That's for you, Zeb. If you've got fairy chalk mother sitting on a stamp.
Oh,
I
wiped it off.
Okay. We got those soaking there.
All right, so I'm down below here trying to get this on here dry.
I'm gonna grab a...
This is when the pre-drilled pilot hole would have been smart.
That would have required prep. This morning, Zeb's like, what are we gonna do live? It's not that we don't always prep, because sometimes we do.
Sometimes we do a lot of prep.
But when you're not feeling good, sometimes it just doesn't happen. So I'm just lightly distressing this. I didn't have, the stamps are already dry because I didn't use much on my ink, on my stamp to begin with. There we go. Ta-da! I'm thinking what I could do with this too, Zeb, hot glue some ribbon, you think? On the back to hang it?
What do you guys think? The yellow goes with the red ribbon? I think it's okay.
Yeah, I think that looks good. I like it because that's a little different shade of red too. They'll all match.
Boy, that's in there tight.
I do have to say that having our craft closet organized definitely makes it a lot faster to get the things I need.
Yeah. All right, there we go. So I need, oh, I realized what I'm doing now. Gotta turn it sideways so it hangs good. We'll probably have to retie these ribbons. They already just had like a little knot in there. Okay, so one down, 83 to go.
Will this look weird if I just have it like this, Seb? Or does it need
No.
to be across the width?
I think that looks good. I would just put it in the corners here and then it can
doesn't
hang.
go quite, I just don't have it quite enough.
Because it's gonna flex some, so you probably want to put it in the corner so it doesn't hang down like forever.
So maybe like that?
Yeah, and that'll make it easy to get it
Can you
even
poke
too.
your finger in the middle of it so I can get a visual
In the middle of where?
of where it's gonna hang on a nail? No, you think that's good?
Yeah, I think
Or
that'll
maybe
do it.
that.
I don't know. Yeah, I think that's enough.
Okay, right there. Okay.
You need the hot glue gun?
Yeah. That's good because I can get rid of that ribbon.
Here, hang on. I need to unplug it so you can reach that far.
Okay. Hot glue gun is a crafting friend of mine. I like to hot glue top and bottom on things like this because then it sticks really good. I need a silicone mat to push that down. All right.
So that's the red one with the red ribbon. Probably gonna do some white wax on these. We'll wait for them to dry a little bit more. Oh, you know what? I think this is dry enough. I can do the crackle stamp on there. The crackler.
These also work as silicone mats. Oops, they don't. These are not silicone mats. Whoops.
Oh, fun.
Shh, don't laugh at me.
I'm not laughing. I'm chuckling with you.
Well, the glue is cooling off anyways if you use my finger. I am a messy crafter. I'm like,
all right, I think we're about done here today. I'm gonna go have to take a nap.
Where did y'all get the wooden goodies? These are all from the thrift store. We got a whole bag in the wooden section of our thrift store. All right, there we go.
So if you watch the replay, we did have quite a few ideas on like where you could get some of those too, like make your own pretty easily if you can't find them randomly at a thrift store like we did.
So let me tell you a little bit about these wooden ornaments, what I'm not gonna do. I am not sealing these wooden ornaments because I'm not gonna be washing them, and after they cure for 30 days, which will totally happen, they don't really need to be sealed anyways. So I'm probably gonna white wax them and not bother to seal them. What did you?
I'm gonna show him here in just a second. It turned out really good.
Oh, he's really excited about his. All right, did I have something else to stamp? I don't think so. I think I've stamped all the things. I'll show you guys a few of my projects up close. So go ahead, show them your crackler.
All right, I'm gonna see if it'll pick up on the camera. The sun's come up and it's really bright.
Oh, I don't know.
Hang on. I'm going to go close the curtain so you can see it good.
All right, well, he's doing that. I'm going to show you. This one is the all over distressed stamp on my little piggy here. And then here is my cow on my cutting board stamp. And honestly, guys, if I can use these stamps, anybody can. Zeb is much more crafty than I am, so he's patient. That turned out cool, Zeb.
Got some crackle going.
Crackle! And it's not just crackle, it's crackler, which is fancy. And then here's the rose toile on this cork board. So I think this would be really cute with some like vintage postcards on it.
You know, I recall that was my idea, and you were like, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I have to bring it up because it's rare that I have a good idea.
Oh, you have good ideas all the time.
All right, I think we're going to take off, guys. To get all this stuff, minus the wood stuff, the paints and the brushes
All
and the
this
brayers.
stuff. To get the paint, the stamps, the brayers, and the brushes we use today, don't forget to visit jamirayvintage.com. And if you're wondering about the stain that we used, it's real stain, real, R-E-A-L. Sometimes I don't pronounce stuff. Real stain number 2. And a little bit of this goes a long way, and you need to store it in the refrigerator when you're done with it. So that's really important. And I like it because it's all natural and food safe, so we can use it in our kitchen without it stinking up the joint. All right, we're gonna sign out. We love you guys. We'll have a couple more edited videos up, and then we'll be live again Saturday night at 8:30 Utah time with our thrift store haul, and we'll probably paint some stuff. We'll see.
And we may paint stuff, we may not. I don't know.
Love you guys. Thanks for joining us.
Catch you later.